Hey, I'm Dylan from the Pan Am Boxing Club. Once again, I'm joined by Gil from Full Contact Sports and Fitness Experience. We're here to demonstrate how to properly use your heavy bag.
I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again.
We're going to talk about the fundamentals or the basics of boxing. For the purpose of this video, for today, we're going to talk about 4 main skills. And that is stance, your left jab, your right cross, and movement. There are more skills, of course, required to be an effective boxer, but for today, for what we're going to cover, those are the things we're going to talk about. Let's get into it. We're going to talk about stance. That's where we're going to start. So this is the basics. The first thing you need is stance. Okay, this is the foundation that we build the rest of your skills off of. Okay, and before we get into it, I am going to make a quick distinction. There are 2 stances. There's the right-handed stance, right, which is orthodox, where we have our right hand as our dominant, our power punch, okay? And there's a southpaw, which is a left-handed stance, and that is where we have our left hand as, again, our dominant, powerful punch, okay? So now we've made that distinction. Gil, he is my boxer today. He is a right-handed or an orthodox fighter. Okay, so let's get right into the demonstration here. So Gil, what I'm gonna do, and again, I'm gonna assume you're a brand new boxer, I'm gonna get you to hold your left jab, because he's an orthodox fighter, out. I'm gonna get you to walk into that bag. Okay, so let's get you walk just a slightly closer. There you go. He's got a little bend in his elbow. He's pressing into the bag. He's got some pressure. Now I want you to take your right foot and slide it back. And there we go. We can see right away, he's now in a basic boxing stance. His knees are bent. His lead toe is facing his opponent. His right foot is behind his left, right? Slightly wide, nice and long. Balance should be a little heavier in the toes, and that doesn't mean we have to lift our heels, but we do want to feel the weight in the front of your feet, okay? From there, we're gonna have his hands up, so I want that left jab slightly in front, in line with the face, and I want his right hand, again, cheek or chin level, and I want it sitting back, almost, it can be touching the face, right? And that touch is a nice cue that you are in the proper position. So you should see your left jab in front, slightly to the side of the face, and you should feel your right hand touching the cheek or the chin. Okay, we've talked about the stance, now let's talk about the jab. Okay, and so you can see Gil, he's already in his stance, his knees are bent, his right foot is back, his hands are up, chin level or cheek level, there we go. Now we're gonna get him to throw the jab. So the jab, for today, the purpose of this video, it's gonna be a light, fast punch, and we're just looking to surprise the opponent. So we wanna get it out there as quick as we can and bring it back. When we throw it, you can see his front shoulder has a slight rotation, right? He turns the shoulder, he throws his left jab straight forward, eye level at the opponent, hitting the heavy bag, making contact. For the jab, as soon as he makes contact, he's gonna, just as quickly as he threw it out, he's gonna bring it back, okay? The straighter the punch, the faster it's gonna get to the target and the faster it's gonna be there to protect you. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna talk about the right cross now. So we've done the stance, we've done the left jab, now let's go to the right cross. And just for demonstration purposes, we're gonna get Gil, I'm gonna get you to come over to this side. I'm gonna switch over here. Okay, so let's get you back in your stance. There you go, right foot back, knees bent. And so when we throw the right hand, especially on the heavy bag, remember this is our knockout punch. The jab is light, fast. The right hand, we're gonna punch through this heavy bag, and that is the goal. Okay, so it starts in the legs. He pivots, let's see you pivot that rear foot, that right foot. Hip turns, shoulder turns, and simultaneously, he is throwing that right hand through the bag. Okay, that's what we want to think. So let's see it go. More rotation, rotate into that bag. There we go. You can hear him breathing every punch and return just as quick. If you throw fast out, you come back fast. There we go. Okay, we've covered the basic boxing stance. We've covered the left jab. We've covered the right cross. And just as a quick reminder, refresher everybody, Gil here, my boxer for today, he is a right-handed boxer, okay? There is a southpaw, so if you're left-handed, you are a southpaw. Everything's the same. Unfortunately, it's just in a mirror image, okay? This is a orthodox, this is southpaw. Now let's move into our final step. That's movement on the heavy bag, okay? And the basic rule you need to remember when you're boxing is the foot closest to the direction you want to move will go first, okay? And what that means is that we're basically just gonna shuffle everywhere, and we're never gonna bring our feet together because we always wanna be in our foundation, in our stance. Okay, so now let's get Gil to demonstrate that. So Gil, there we go. Excellent. So he's already into it. And he knows this, right? He's a boxer. He has experience. So what you see is that he is moving the foot closest to the direction he wants to go first. So when he steps forward, front foot comes first. There we go. When he moves back, back foot moves first. Now let's see you take a side step. Let's see, there we go. He stepped to his right. What foot moved first? The right foot. Excellent. Let's see you step to your left. There we go. He moved to his left. Left foot went first. Okay, and what you're seeing Gil do right now is he's moving and throwing. However, if you're a little bit of a newer boxer, you may want to reposition first. So take the step, land, then you throw. And that's totally acceptable. The more advanced you get, the more these skills and techniques blend together. Okay, so we've covered, for the purpose of this video, the 4 basics or fundamentals of boxing. As a reminder, that was stance, left jab, right cross, and movement. Okay, so those are the 4 things you need to remember. And now let's get into another area, another element that is just as important, and that is common faults, common mistakes that we find beginner boxers tend to make. First one, make a fist. It's very simple. Whether you're wearing hand wraps or not, and we do always recommend, wearing hand wraps. I know I'm not wearing them, but wear your hand wraps. Make a fist. Okay, as soon as you have a fist, your forearm, your wrist, your fist are one unit. They're tight, they're solid, you're gonna avoid injury. As soon as you have an open palm, open hand, the wrist is loose, this is when you injure the wrist. You hurt yourself, okay? The next thing, don't worry about throwing as hard as possible. Throw light. In the beginning, it's better to get good with the movements, good with the punches, the right cross, the left jab, slower and with less power than it is to throw as hard as you possibly can and either miss the heavy bag or hurt your fist, wrist, elbow, or shoulder, okay? Take it slow. Learn the movements, get coordinated before you go all out, okay? And the next thing is, very common, boxers, drop their hands. They get tired, they drop their hands. No matter what, left, right hand, doesn't matter the stance, cheeks or jaw, they're never lower, they can sometimes be higher. This is where they are. Don't be swimming, we're not swimming, we're boxing. Hands stay straight. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed and have a much better understanding of how to effectively use your heavy bag and to avoid injury. I want to thank Gil from Full Contact Sports and Fitness Experience. Check out their website, fullcontactsports.ca and panamboxing.com.